Oh. Hi, Gida. I'm 60 years old and I have lived in Calgary for 30 years. Should I buy or build back home? Guto, what do you say to that?
Um, my advice would be generally to buy. For anyone who lives abroad, would be to buy. If you're buying land, it should be maybe for land banking, or maybe you want to come back and physically be there to build, or you have people that you trust with your life to build for you, or you're working with a reputable development company that can help you develop it and they have a track record. Why I would rather buy than build is one, the cost of construction. Construction costs fluctuate a lot. It goes up, it generally just goes up. It rarely ever comes down. So things like iron rod, cement, all these things fluctuate in price and it's very difficult for you to plan, particularly if you're not a developer. Developers do this every time. This is their job. So they know the different prices and they buy in bulk, so they have more leverage than you. Another thing I would say that would be difficult for you to build is, particularly for this person, you're 60 years old, you probably under a lot of stress. Dealing with artisans in Nigeria is stressful. You're going to be dealing with people that bricklayers, tilers, carpenters. It's kind of stressful dealing with people in that category. Generally speaking, just getting the work done is a bit difficult. And again, if you're buying to build, you most likely be thinking, okay, maybe I can trust my family to help me out. But we've seen a lot of situations where people will trust their family and then they'll come back and they'll just see that they don't have anything built, or maybe the person builds the house for themselves. So it's a very delicate thing. I'll say you need to be physically in the country if you're going to do that. And if you're 60, you probably don't want a lot of stress. So probably go the route of just buying. When you buy, what you see is what you get. You already know what you're going to buy. The price is already big. What you pay for is what you're going to get. So it's better to buy, particularly if you're 60 years old and you live abroad and you don't have a lot of stress. That would be my advice to you. What about you? What do you think?
Actually, I agree with you because like you said, the drama of having to build here, dealing with artisans, not knowing if the building is actually even, being built to your specifications, if they're going to use the right building materials, and you're already 60, you should be retiring or retired, and you might get to 70, 80 and want to come back home and not have to, go through the process of all of that. I would also recommend that they just buy, just by there are so many houses already built that would meet specifications, right? So yeah, definitely agree with you.